Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello squad, and today you're joining me at Manhart with two cars that we're going to take a look at. The first is the AMG GT R behind me. Let me get to that in a moment. Then we're also going to be going for a test drive in the MHX6 700, a 700 horsepower BMW X6. I'm looking forward to showing you and listening to that car, so stay tuned for that. But first, I want to take a look around the AMG GT R and pose a question to you about whether I should do accents along the lines of this car on mine. Let's take a look. The changes to the AMG GT R here at the moment are just the cosmetic side of things, although it will be made into quite a monster in due course. So I'm going to have to come back and show you this car when it's finished. However, to talk about what we are looking at, it is finished in almost an Edition 1 style livery, so a design that Mercedes-AMG often do on their cars when they're brand new. But you've got the selenite grey Magno paintwork, the satin grey paintwork, the same wheels as my car, although this one has ceramic brakes, but it's the yellow touches, and particularly the front grille, that are intriguing me. Obviously, I've talked a little bit, originally I talked about wrapping my car in yellow, but I like it so much in black. But I want to do some accents or something that makes it a bit unique, and something like this could be the shout. So what do you think? Do you like the look of that? I'm interested. I love this little touch around the front intake down there. But coming down to the front grille, they've done this absolutely spot on. I think it's foiled to stealth out the chrome accents on the front grille, and then the badge at the front is slightly tinted as well. I'm not necessarily sure if I would do that, but I like this an awful lot. Do you think I should do the grille to match this, stealth it out, get rid of some of the chrome touches, because pretty much the only bits of chrome on the car are the grille and the door handles on each side. But I think this works pretty well. Let's come around the back actually, take a look around here as well. I like the end plate touch and the stripe matching with the GTR styling. Again, these parts are quite nice accents too. So, intrigued to hear more on your thoughts on the GTR, but for the moment, let's head over and have a look at this big angry beast, the MHX6 700, the BMW X6 M that has undergone a makeover, and we're going to take a walk around it right now. We can talk about the changes and upgrades that have been made to this car. And the first is the obvious one, 700 horsepower, 900 Newton meters of torque from the 4.4 litre bi-turbo V8 that comes in this car. That's up from the standard 575 and 750 horsepower and Newton meters respectively. So quite some improvements there. Software remap as well as a number of changes to make it all possible. But wait until you hear the noise that comes out of these. The ceramic tips, Manhart Sports exhaust system. The entire car has a number of carbon fiber components as well, like that rear diffuser that you can see down there. And if we come towards the front, it has the full black pack, so all the different areas are blacked out, like the side grills, the kidneys at the front. Has a carbon fiber bonnet. I'm going to open that up in a second. Has a carbon lip spoiler down there at the front, at the bottom of the front bumper. I actually want to show you inside the engine bay. Give me 1 second, double pull on here. As you can see, Long Beach blue car that is vinyl wrapped. Quite a neat wrap actually. There aren't that many areas where you can see the original colour. Badging on the side. Around to the front, we've got a catch in here. Up it goes, and we can see the underside of the bonnet, which is completely carbon fibre. Manhart logo there in the centre. That is made and installed with those additional louvres, which just look badass, don't they? Kind of makes this car even more beastly. Manhart badging at the front, and you've probably also noticed that it is sitting a little bit lower because it has full KW V3 suspension, which is not just the springs, it basically has a race suspension setup. So I can only imagine what this is going to be like to take out for a drive in a moment. Let me come round and jump into the driver's seat to just have a look at the interior here. This is all, well, basically factory inside. Can do some modifications, like installing the Oron display that's configured for Manhart. A couple of touches, including the display and the installation of carbon fibre trim inside here as well. But we should probably hit this button and start this car up. Goodness me, you can open the valve with this. It's just a little bit silly. X6 or an X6 M. That was 2,000 RPM. Honestly, 2,000 RPM just there. I think I know where we're going with this. What we've already established then is that this car is ridiculously loud. It is beyond ridiculously loud. However, I'm going to go for a little drive, just poodle around town and try not to be too obnoxious with it. Off we go. So I've not driven an X6 M, I don't believe. Oh, narrow gap out of the showroom here. First time driving one, and not just any one, a 700 horsepower, 900 Newton meter X6 M. So let's head out. It's nice and warm in here on such a pretty grim day today. But I feel like this might be the most unusual noise or unsurprising, surprising package from a car that I have filmed in recent times. This is just gentle, normal, quiet mode, I suppose you could technically say, and let's just say it's not very quiet. And without really knowing how it's set up, M1 in this car is pretty gentle. M2 we press twice because that is set up for Sport Plus, Sport Plus, Sport Plus. This thing has good sound insulation and it is still this noisy. Oh, we don't want the radio on. Where's that in here? There we go. I feel like it's so loud. The shift noise, it's pure volume, and the exhausts are a long way away from us. So what you hear on the microphone, remember, not only do you have layers of glass, but they're actually quite a long way back. It's a big car. Let me just pop down the... This is ridiculously loud. Exiting town then, which means... Oh, under a tunnel, neutral. This is moderately silly. It's just silly, and the suspension obviously set up with the KWV3. It's very, very firm, which you do not expect in an SUV. However, you can soften that independently with the suspension control here, put it into comfort mode. So we've got everything loud, suspension soft, and actually even in comfort, it's not that comfortable. It's a big heavy car, naturally. We're riding over some pretty aggressive bumps right here on this road surface, but overall package is utterly hilarious. Completely just bemused by it and what this car is and why and how and who decides to make an X6 this noisy. I find myself with a nice empty stretch. Pure amusement. I'm literally a bit speechless about the sound that this car makes, because it doesn't make any sense in any reasonable world to do this, yet it's so much win just because. I mean, I'm aware that people, if I go past them, are going to hear this ridiculously loud racket just coming up the road, which definitely makes me think a bit. However, with the on display, we can press once, auto valves, press again, close them. Then it'll be a little bit more quiet, a little bit more peaceful. Although you can just be a gear higher, and that tends to make these things a little bit more peaceful. However, I just wanted to bring this out, just for a really quick little drive around a local loop and hear the noise that it makes. I'm not gonna lie, it's the kind of noise that when you shift, and let's say I do it right now, that noise you get goes through the car. It penetrates everything. But then obviously, if you didn't want it loud, you wouldn't have this option, or you would have the exhaust valves closed in the first place rather than driving like this. However, as appropriate as this car might be for the weather today, I am very short on time. I just wanted to take it out for a little drive, have a look at the GTR and the stripes on that, the design, the decals, take this for once around the local roads, and then back we go to Manhart. But it's ridiculous. What happens if we open the rear window? Do we get more noise? A little bit. Oh, that was good. So I put the gearbox also into the third mode. You have 3 settings for each of the powertrain, steering, suspension, and gearbox. So the M gearbox now in its most aggressive mode as we come back towards the tunnel. But listen. Wow. Okay, let's come to a stop here. There's nobody else around. I'm in a tunnel on my own. Not quite sure how much of that you guys get on the camera, but to me, it is ridiculous. Anyway, let us continue on with the drive. Cool! Quite frankly, this thing is nuts. I can't get my head around it. I don't think I'm about to. It's just silly. Let's head back inside and have another look at the GTR. It's definitely rather grim and gloomy out here right now, but I didn't touch on the wheels. The concave 1 race wheels from Manhart, 22 inches on this car, and obviously it's sitting quite low, slightly on a ramp, so that cheats a little bit. But let's say farewell to the X6 M for the moment, get out of this horrible weather, and come back indoors. Where seriously, that thing greeting you, the menacing looks at the front of this car, having that in black rather than chrome, is massive. Also interesting for me to see how the number plate plinth works, because with my car, it obviously had a plate on straight away, so I haven't seen it like that, the mount that's just used to make sure you have a plate at the front. And also, I noticed this car has the additional carbon package for the lower parts, the front splitter, the side skirt, and also, I guess, the diffuser around the back. Yeah, the diffuser finished. It has extra carbon plates here because those side exhaust pipes get so hot. You have the different set of exhaust pipes, and the side ones are basically straight through pipes anyway. You wouldn't make this car any louder just by changing the back box because it doesn't do anything. Those come straight back from the front. You'd have to do down pipes or something a little bit more crazy. I do think it looks good. It's a very nice overall package configuration. Just really, really works on the way that looks, although excluding the wheels. Give it yellow calipers and black rim around the outside of the wheels. So yeah, would you do this? Would you do a different kind of highlight package? What about here on the side blade? Should it have something on there too? Interesting. Questions? Let me know, guys. Be inventive and creative in the description. What else do we have here? The MH2 630, M2 630 horsepower. Bonkers thing to drive. Proper race car wearing number plates. I had a test drive in one of those before. And the RS5, video with that as well. Check that out if it's out already. Maybe it's coming soon. A couple of other nice little toys around, but things we've seen on previous visits here to Manhart. Anyway, I'm going to leave this one for there. I need to jump back in my car and head on off. A bit short on time today, but good fun as always to visit, to come have a look, and to get thinking about the GTR and what I should do, and then to drive that X6, that ridiculous X6. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, appreciate your support. Make sure to come back tomorrow to check out another video. That's it for now, though. I will see you soon. Cheers.